Vine stood in her room in the maid's headquarters of the Jones mansion. The room was dark except for the little lamp by the table turned on. Her forehead was filled with sweat. One moment she was crying over life, the other moment she had another life inside of her. The more she stared at the reports in her hand, the more she felt numb. How do people react when they find out they are going to become parents? Happy? Sad? Do they celebrate? Or feel like their life is coming to an end? Wine couldn't decide, especially when the baby was a result of a one night stand. That too, with her own boss, the heir of the Jones. She always felt attracted towards him. One night, after a party held in their home, she went to serve him milk in his room. Things escalated and they ended up having a one night stand. Wine loved every bit of it, but he was too out of her league. The son of the Jones, who held such great wealth, the people that visited them wore such expensive dresses and jewelry, and talked and ate in such a way Wine couldn't even dream about. She was just a maid. While Jungkook hung out with those people, she was the one serving them. How could she even dream of being with him? So, the next day after the night together, she told him it was a mistake and she would like to pretend it never happened. But now that she held the pregnancy reports in her hand, knowing Jungkook was the father of the child, what was she supposed to do? There was no way he would accept her. Even if he did, there was no way his parents would accept a maid. She cried and fell back on her bed. Under normal circumstances, she would be so happy to have a child, but she couldn't celebrate it now. She didn't have the resources to bring up the child, nor any place where he could live. Her alarm rang, and she dragged herself up, wiping her tears, and softly rubbed her belly. Wine, I'm sorry. Because of my little mistake, you'll have to live such a hard life. I'll give my everything to raise you well. She dusted the whole lounge while the other maids were busy preparing breakfast and setting up the dining table. She was alone, taking care of such a huge lounge. She hardly had any rest the whole night and any energy to do any work. That would be best. I'll see you at noon. She heard Jungkook's voice as he entered the lounge. He probably came back from his morning walk in his tracksuit looking as handsome as ever. She sanitized her hands and instantly grabbed the towel and brought it to him, like she did daily. As she raised him, he hung up the call and slipped his phone inside his pocket. It was her favorite thing to do of whole day, holding the towel and wiping his sweat, the neck, the hair, the face. But why? Why was it hard to do today? Why did her heart hurt so much? She wanted to run away. She avoided his eyes, yet felt him staring at her. He did that every day, stared at her until she was done. When she tried to step back, he held her arm. Wine looked up at him, a little surprised. Jungkook, are you avoiding me? Wine, me? No. Why would I avoid you, sir? Jungkook, I told you not to call me that. Wine, it's inappropriate. I can't call you by your name. If your mother heard it, she'll get mad. Jungkook stayed quiet, yet he never moved his eyes off her, nor let her go. Wine, do you need anything or can I go? I have to clean up before everyone come. He stepped closer. They stood so close. Wine felt like her heart might burst. He, however, stayed quiet for a good 3 minutes before he dragged her with him to the dining room. Wine found his mother there and instantly greeted her morning. Jungkook, I needed some work done in my room. I'm taking her with me. Get someone else to clean the lounge. Come after me. He said and went ahead. Jungkook's mother gestured at her to hurry up, and so she rushed after him. Once they were alone in the room, she knew there was no work. Wine, why did you bring me here? Jungkook, is someone bothering you? Or is there any trouble? Wine, no, I am completely fine. Jungkook, I didn't bring you here to lie. You have red eyes, eye bags, so visible, and none of them were there until yesterday. She balled her fists. Did he notice her that much every day? But why? Wine, I couldn't sleep. I had mood swings and felt like crying. That's it. Girls cry all the time. It's not new. Please don't make assumptions on your own. Jungkook, I believe that. Wine, if that's it, I should leave then. Jungkook, you work for me, not the other way around. You leave when I tell you to. Wine almost cursed at him for being a jerk, but didn't leave nevertheless. Wine, okay, how can I help you? Jungkook, sit there until I tell you to leave. He left to his closet and Wine exhaled and quietly took a seat. She heard the shower running before he stepped out and dressed up, getting ready. He occasionally stared at her through the mirror, and the more he kept doing that, the more it made her uncomfortable. Why was he not ready to understand? She was trying to avoid him. He was not good for her. She was never going to be accepted in this family, and she didn't want her feelings for him to get any deeper. She needed to stay away from him. Jungkook, stop scratching my couch. I won't eat you. Wyan immediately realized that she was doing. He turned around, crossing arms so his back was against the dresser. He was truly blessed with such charms that could bring any woman to her knees. Wine. I'm sorry. Jungkook, I'm going to pick you up at 8 p.m. I have a meeting with a VIP in my private lounge, and I want you to take care of things personally. I cannot trust anyone else with it. Wine. Stop making excuses. I know you. He raised a brow, and Wine was not ready to step back. Jungkook, good. You saved me from hiring actors to act like VIPs. Wine. I read a lot of books. Makes me wonder where you got that idea from. And don't make excuses again. Jungkook. So, if I asked you to go out with me tonight without any excuse, would you say yes? Wine. No. Jungkook. Good. You're still coming with me. Don't make me ask mom. He grabbed his car keys and walked to the door. Jungkook. Oh, and don't scratch my couch out of anger. I don't care about that thing, but you will hurt yourself. Instead, you can use that. He pointed at his bike keys on the table and left the room. Wine went and groaned. She didn't understand why he suddenly wanted her time when she was clearly trying to avoid him. Why was he making it so hard for her? She eventually grabbed the keys and started to tear apart the couch. She was genuinely mad. Her pregnancy was not a small thing. She was already too troubled because of it. Now she had to take care of her feelings too, avoid the exact man who was the father of her child. It was messed up. She screamed as she torn apart the couch and threw the key away. When she was done, she didn't care if he would be mad. He offered her after all, and there was no way she was getting ready. He can't order her out. To be continued.